With expression, David.
If you put those things away, I think we'll call it a day.
You're not doing that on account of me, Doctor.
No. I just think we've done enough. Nadine.
Yes?
Should I try to find a new assistant?
Why?
Well, I just thought that perhaps a charming gentleman is trying to take you away from me.
You're not serious, Doctor.
Aren't you?
Oh, no, of course not. Paul is nice. We have a lot of fun together, but it means nothing.
No? Well, twice today you gave me chloral for choreopaquine. And in one of your equations, 2 and 2 made 5.
Did I do that?
There it is.
What a stupid mistake.
No, well, it isn't always a mistake, Nadine. 2 and 2 do make 5 when one's in love.
No, it isn't that, Doctor. I was thinking about tomorrow.
Tomorrow? Oh, yes, of course. Tomorrow you'll be a full-fledged American citizen.
If I pass.
Oh, I wouldn't worry about that. All they do is to ask you a few simple questions.
Simple.
Mm-hmm.
When was the first Thanksgiving Day?
It was... Huh?
You heard me. 1621.
Yes, you're right. Now I'll ask you one. What is democracy?
Rule by the people.
Good. Very good. What are the aims of democracy?
Liberty, justice, and equality.
Right. What are the aims of our government?
Life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness.
Fine. What is the 19th Amendment?
Equal suffrage.
She would know the answer to that. Hey, Dr. Hyde?
Good evening, Grant.
Good evening.
Well, I'll be ready in a minute.
Well, you still working on that bug spray? I should think even the smell of that would kill them.
It does. But it's a little like the fellow that stole a part from every baby carriage factory that he worked in. When he put them all together, it turned out to be a machine gun.
Nadine tried to explain it to me, but I'm not a chemist. I couldn't get it through my head.
Any one of these chemicals that you see here can be safely used to destroy a certain type of pest. But mix them together, and they not only destroy all the bugs, but the crops as well.
Even the weeds?
Everything. And worse than that, the land is useless for many years after.
Well, I should think you'd commercialize it. That'd be very valuable, and roads, and... Say, that'd be swell for my tennis court.
Perhaps. But there's something else to be considered. Think what an enemy could do with that in time of war. A few airplanes could destroy the crops of a nation.
Well, what do you intend to do with it? Toss it up as a bad job?
I don't know. I've reported it to Washington. They're sending a man down here to see me about it.
I'm ready. Good night, Doctor.
Good night.
Don't forget tomorrow at 10 o'clock. Remember, you're going to be one of our witnesses.
Yes.
Well, Mrs. Webster and I will be waiting.
I'll be there. I wouldn't arouse the temper of that landlady of yours for anything. Now, have a good time, you two.
Thank you, Doctor.
Good night.
Good night.
Maybe we should have gone to some other place.
Oh, I think they'll still feed us. Henry?
Good evening. Don? What?
May we come in, or are we too late?
We thought you weren't coming. We're always open for you. This way, please. I've had the champagne and ice for 2 hours for you.
Oh, Pomeroy?
Of course.
1924?
Exactly.
Oh, I'll take care of it, Henry. The food.
Yes.
Now, will you relax and not think about tomorrow?
I will if you'll tell me how.
Here's the prescription. 4 glasses of this,
and you'll have to carry me home.
Oh, I've had worse luck. I'm sorry. I guess this is the wrong place.
Wrong place, wrong time, and the wrong girl.
You may be right about the time and the place, Nadine, but the girl...
He's very hungry.
Pardon me, Mr. Brown. About this club. Do you wish to fix with the Europa sauce?
Yes. Oh, no, wait a minute. I better see the chef myself. Do you mind?
Not at all.
Thank you.
Aren't you Miss Nicholas?
Yes, I am, but
Oh, you don't know me. I recognized you instantly. I used to know your mother.
you knew my mother.
Very well. We were neighbors. You look so much like her. She was very beautiful.
Thank you.
This is quite a coincidence. Just before I left home, I talked with your cousin.
But I have no cousin.
Oh, your uncle, I mean. What's his name?
Leopold?
Yes, he told me to look you up. He told me about your job with...
Dr. Hyde?
Yes, and his amazing discovery. I had quite a conversation with your uncle. He's quite a fellow.
He was. He's been dead for 5 years.
Oh. Well, perhaps I'd better come straight to the point.
I wish you would.
Tell me, Miss Nicholas, would you care to go back home?
No, I wouldn't.
Never?
Oh, maybe for a visit, if I get rich enough.
Well, that's not an impossibility. This discovery could make you rich.
Would make me rich. But it isn't mine.
You have access to it.
Are you asking me to steal it?
And in return, your country could do a great deal for you. Money, luxury.
This is my country.
Remember, my dear, our country knows how to deal with traitors. Someday, you may want to return.
I'm sorry, dear. That chef...
Paul, that man, he is a spy.
Oh, darling, how many sips have you had?
But really, Paul, he offered me money.
Why, Nadine, I've never known you to get tipsy on 2 drinks before. There are no spies in this country.
You don't believe me?
Of course not. Wish I could. Sit down. You'll feel better after you have some food. And no more of this.
You'll excuse me, please.
Hello? Oh, is that you, Nadine?
Oh, Dr. Hyde, I'm so glad you're still there.
Anything wrong? What? Oh, well, that's impossible. No, somebody's just trying to tease you, that's all. All right, all right. I'll put them in the safe if it'll make you feel any easier. Oh, Nadine, Nadine. What's the combination of the safe?
You'll find it on the last page of my notebook.
All right.
Come on, Mrs. Webster. Where do I take my examination for citizenship?
One moment, please. Room 6. Have you 2 witnesses?
Yes, this lady is one, and... Oh, the other should be here any second.
I told you not to depend on Dr. Hyde.
All right, take both of your witnesses with you into room 7.
Where in the world can he be? Didn't you tell him 10 o'clock?
He was probably forgotten and gone to the office.
There's a telephone. Why don't you call him?
I think I will. Have you got a nickel? Never mind. I have one. Dr. Hyde?
What happened? Why can't you tell me? Well, this is his assistant, Nadine. Nadine Nicholas. Oh, but I'm... All right, I'll be right over. Where is Dr. Hyde? What's wrong?
Are you his assistant?
Yes, I am.
When did you see him last?
Well, last night at about 8. Why do you ask?
Did you write this?
Yes, I did.
Who did you give the combination to?
To Dr. Hyde.
When did you give it to him?
Well, last night. Oh. That is, I told him to find it in my notebook.
Oh, you had to give Dr. Height the combination to his own safe, huh?
Yes, he's very absent-minded. Well, last night I telephoned him to warn him that...
Sure you did. Alien, aren't you?
No. Well, no, not exactly. I mean, I was to get my final papers this morning.
I'm afraid it's going to be delayed.
But why? What's happened?
I don't know whether it'll surprise you, but Dr. Height was murdered last night.
Murder?
It was amazing. The plane left the airport at noon, and less than one half
Never mind
hour...
about that. What's more amazing is how anyone could bungle such a simple job.
Well, no need to be upset.
No need to be upset. You realize that without that girl, this whole thing is useless to us?
I got those notes for you, didn't I? It isn't my fault that the old man poured acid over them. Now, look, Paul. She'll be released in a few days. And I'll have her here to figure out those notes for you in no time.
Steve Reynolds show up yet?
Not yet, Mr. Hanley.
We'll call his apartment.
I did, 3 times.
Well, find out where Gus is sleeping and send him in here. Oh. Hey, you!
Hello, give me the desk, Cat.
Get up out of there.
Oh.
How many times have I told you not to sleep in this office?
Oh, 4, 5, 6 times, a lot of times.
Yeah? No. Hey, Gus! Where are you going? Come back here. What do you suppose I sent for you to come in here for?
Well, I just thought you liked me.
Take a look at that.
Oh, thank you.
Is that all you can say?
Well, all I said was, I didn't think that'd offend anybody.
Look, I sent Steve Reynolds to cover that Kassan deportation.
Yeah?
He telephones that Kassan is going peacefully.
Yeah?
Will you stop that?
Are you mad at me?
No, I'm not, but will you please stop saying yeah?
Yeah.
Now, that's fine. All I want you to do is to go down to the station and wait for Reynolds to show up. Tell him to stop looking after those girls.
Yeah.
Tell him to keep his eyes open. And give him this pass for the train. As usual, he forgot it. Gracie?
Yeah? Oh.
Yes, Mr. Hanley.
Get me Pennell on the phone.
Who?
Pennell, the federal man.
Oh, I can hear you, Mr. Henry.
Well, then go and get him.
Say, Chief, you know you're a nervous wreck. You ought to take a vacation. You're losing your health. The roses are leaving your cheeks. Why, you snap at people, you...
Hello? Hello? Hello?
Who? Purnell? No, I don't want to talk to him. I never heard
Give me
of him.
that. Now get out of here.
Well, all
no,
I
not
was
you,
doing
Purnell.
was worried about
all
your
I
health.
was doing was worried about your
Man
health.
worries about your health, and I'm going.
Hello, Purnell.
Say, what's the matter with you? My health's all right.
Say, I'm sending Steve Reynolds with you on the train to Ellis Island to cover that Kassan story. Give him a break, will you?
Well, why don't you give me a break and send somebody else? All right, I'll do what I can for him.
Here's Kassan, Chief. Don't you think we'd better take him by plane?
Kassan gets treated just like the rest, and if they think they can take him away from us, let them try.
I'm sorry to put you to all this trouble, Purnell.
Oh, it's no trouble at all, Kassan. It's a pleasure to deport you.
Yeah, well, the pleasure's all mine. I was going back anyway. Hey there, beautiful. What could she ever have done to make you deport her?
Why don't you keep quiet?
Why should I? I've been cooped up in that joint for 5 years, and I'm out now. And if I want to say you guys are nuts and this gal is beautiful, I'm going to say it. Here, let me help you in there.
Quiet. I'm sorry, Miss Nicholas.
It's all right, Mr. Cornell. No woman resents being called beautiful.
See there, Burnell? I made a hit already.
In the car.
Yeah, and I like it.
Thanks, pal, for the buggy ride. Hey! Hey, where is everybody?
What do you want?
Well, I want to come in. That's what I'm here for.
You got a pass?
Have I got a pass? Certainly got a pass. That's what I'm here for. They are. Come on, St. Peter. Open up those pearly gates, will you?
All right, go ahead.
Thank you, pal. Thank you. Hello, Elmer. Hi, son. Hi, pal.
What are you doing?
Say, well, is this a jitterbug contest? Well, come on.
Wait a minute. Who are you?
Now, wait, just a minute. That's very rude. Who am I? I didn't ask you who you are.
You don't have to. You see that, don't you?
Oh, my, that's cute. What'd you get that for?
Yeah,
Swimming?
what do you...
Yeah, oh, I see. You're an officer.
Yeah, that's so. Well, where are you going?
Well, I'm from the Consolidated News, and I'm looking for one of our men, Steve Reynolds. He forgot his pass.
Well, if he hasn't got a pass, he isn't in here. Where's your pass?
Well, I haven't got a pass.
What do you mean you haven't got a pass?
No, I haven't got a pass myself.
You've left the federal building. Here are your tickets. Good luck. You know what to do.
Hi there, hi. Get over there. Let me. He wants a picture of me. That's it. Well, shoot away, boys.
All right, Kassan. They know what you look like.
Steve Reynolds, Consolidated News.
Well, where's your pass?
Well, I haven't got one. You see,
I'm sorry, but not in here without a pass.
See, Steve Reynolds forgot his pass, and I've got his pass, so I've got...
Well, now, hold it a minute.
Yeah.
First you tell me you got a pass, then you say you haven't got a pass, and now you have got
But
a pass.
I have got a pass.
Boris Kashevsky.
Nostrovia Gesundheit.
Well, Steve Reynolds.
Parnell.
Aboard the train. Come on, aboard the train.
Look out! Well, get a doctor or something.
Right away.
Hey, what are you trying to do, drown me?
Well, you needn't get mad about it. All I did was save your life.
It's moving. You better get off.
Well, I'm not getting off. I'm going all the way to Ellis Island with you. Isn't that nice?
You seem pretty happy about being deported.
Oh, they couldn't deport me. I'm an American citizen.
You're lucky.
Oh, hello, Chief.
Are you all right?
Yes, thank you.
Take care of the others, will you?
Yeah.
With all my other troubles, I have to have you on my hands.
Don't worry, Chief. It's only 4 days to Ellis Island. Why don't you run along while I interview Miss... what did you say your name was?
You get your interviews when the other reporters do.
No imagination.
Sorry to deprive you of his company.
I think I can stand it.
Now, look here, Steve. I'm warning you. You write the news just like it happens. The minute you start creating anything...
I know. You'll throw me off the train.
Say, who is she?
To you, she's just an undesirable alien.
Well, she may be an alien, but hardly undesirable.
Then he's probably with some girl.
Well, that's something I wouldn't inquire about. You see, Chief, a man's private life where a woman is concerned is a very delicate subject.
If you didn't see him get on that train, why didn't you get on?
Me? On that train?
Yeah.
Oh, say, Chief, listen. There's no telling what that Kassan mob is liable to do.
That train is liable to be blown up any minute and derailed 9 times before it gets to Ellis Island. That's why we've got to have a man there.
You're right.
Gus, you're going to get on that train.
You're wrong. Not me.
Why, it's a great opportunity for you. You're going to cover what may possibly turn out the biggest yarn of the year.
Now, look, Chief, don't worry about me. You see, I'm not the least bit ambitious.
You start to the airport right away. Now, if you hurry, you can catch that 2:30 plane.
Fly?
Yeah.
Me? Fly? Listen, boss, there's no bird blood in me. I can't fly. Why, I get air sick if I even look out of a 2-story window.
Well, you're not going far. You'll catch the deportation train at Kentville. And if things start popping as I expect they will...
Oh, they will.
And if you bring back that story, I'll give you the biggest raise you ever had.
Oh, don't worry about that. I'd rather stay right here and take a cut. You see, I need so little. You know, just a little rent money and tobacco money and a few good books.
On your way.
Yeah. Oh, Chief, I'd hate to be doing what you're doing, taking the responsibility of another man's life. Do you know my blood is liable to be on your hands?
Get out of here!
Yeah.
Oh, I think I'll sit here. Hi, beautiful. Hey, come here. How about some champagne?
Thank you, no.
I can't serve you nothing alcoholic in this state.
Why?
It's against the law.
Well, there's no law against eating, is there?
No, sir.
Well, then bring in some food.
I have to serve you what they say.
Well, go and get it then. Well, as long as we gotta be here, he might just as well relax and look at the scenery. It's pretty, ain't it?
Yes, it is. If I didn't have to look at it through the bars.
Ah, that ain't nothing. Wait till you have to look through a barred window for 5 years that don't move. I got so sick of that San Francisco skyline, I never went to the window only to see how they were getting along with the new bridge. Hey, did you ever cross over that bridge?
Several times. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it must be. Well, there must be a lot of nice things to see in the old country. I'll be glad to get back home. Yeah, I was quite young when I left there. And we were poor, too. But this time, I'm going to be a big shot. And I'll tell them
Well.
Oh, hello, Steve. You know this,
You're a mess, thank you.
Do you mind if I sit down with you? I have to get a story from our friend here.
Oh, sure, sit down. I was just telling a little girl, you know, I'm not going to miss nothing over there. When I get back home, look, I think I'll build a house. Sort of on the side of the hill, you know, overlooking the ocean.
Like San Francisco Palisades?
Yeah, that's it.
And with the radios they make now, you can listen to the World Series and all the big prize fights.
Yeah.
And you can get away from all the things you've been accustomed to. You'll meet new people. You're getting away from the hustle and excitement of American cities. And you'd like to spend the rest of your life right here.
The rest of my life. I'd give everything I own for just 1 year.
There is your story, Mr. Reynolds.
The girl is right, Steve. I'd give every dime I got. And I got plenty of them, too.
Speaking of that wad of yours, do you suppose that's what those mugs at the station were looking for?
Anybody that knows how much I got knows I got it in a place where it's plenty safe. Good old registered bonds.
That's where you're wrong, my friend.
Yeah,
Your money's already gone.
What?
You have been tricked, Cameron. Double-crossed.
If you're saying what I think you're saying, talk fast.
You think your money's safe. What did they give you for it? Bonds?
Sure.
Bah! You have pieces of paper, while their pockets are lined with your gold.
Whose pockets?
The enemies of the people. You sweat and work hard for your money.
Who sweats and works hard for their money? You crazy?
I know you've suffered.
But why? Because you dared to defy the arbitrary mandates of our oppressors.
Ah, that ain't the reason. I didn't pay my income tax.
Taxes, that's right. If we didn't have any government, there wouldn't be any taxes. Henkel is right. Every man his own republic. I am a nation. I make my own laws, and I am at war with all government.
I'm afraid you're going to lose, comrade.
Remember, I warned you.
I didn't like that. Why, they ought to run a guy like that out of the country, running around here loose.
Well, let's get back to the story. What really happened back there?
Well, I didn't want to give them guys a story. But I'll tell you a story, Steve. It'll bust this...
Now, wait a minute, Tony. I'll do the improvising. You just tell me what happened.
How do I know what happened? It's just like that girl said. There ain't an alien on this train that wouldn't risk their necks to get off.
That's right. She did say that. See you later, Tony.
Hey, that's railroad property.
Go ahead. Hit me.
Nicholas.
Tell me what you are looking for. Perhaps I can help you find it.
Well, I wasn't looking for anything. There was somebody in here, and they went in there.
Very interesting. How could you fix it?
I tell you, there was somebody in here.
Remember, I warned you.
There's probably a bum around here somewhere.
You don't have to keep up that pretense.
No, I'm not kidding. There was somebody in here.
Don't tell me you were going to rescue me again.
Well, hardly. I just came in to tell you I'm sorry for doing it before. I didn't know you were trying to escape, or I wouldn't have stopped you.
That's a likely story.
You know, you of all people should believe me. Remember how you felt when you were innocent and they didn't believe you?
What makes you so sure I'm innocent?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe it's because you're not so hard to look at. Maybe for a dozen reasons. Anyway, I do want to help you, so if you'll just tell me your story.
There is no story to tell. Besides, it's too late to help me now.
Well, I don't know why you're not out of the country yet. Look, you'll help me to help you if you'll just clear me up on a few things. Now, first of all, who's in back of this?
Back of what?
Well, you must have done somebody a big favor to have them risk all that to get you off the train.
Get me off the train?
Well, of course. Now, who's responsible for this? What had they to gain?
If it were true, why should I tell you?
Well, what can you lose? You're being deported anyway.
Now, look here, Mr. Reynolds. I've already had enough trouble. But right now, all that stands against me is a deportation order. But if you're going to connect me with that shooting...
All right, all right. Let's just blame it on my imagination. Well, it certainly looked to me as if...
I tell you, I had nothing to do with it. No more than I had to do with Dr. Hyde's death.
I know how you feel. Must be pretty tough being railroaded out of the country. There must be something we can do. I've got it. Tonight I'll slip you my other suit. My hat will cover your hair. I've got a pair of dark glasses to take care of your eyes. I'll buy you a ticket and somehow I'll sneak you into the passenger compartment. Well, what do you say?
I have nothing to lose. Why should you take such a risk?
Oh, don't worry about me. I've done worse things than that to get a story.
Pardon me, Mr. Reynolds. The joke is over. Will you please go?
Yes, but I wasn't joking.
Well, I was. I have no intention of escaping.
We'll be in Kentville in 30 minutes. About 100 yards to the left of the station, you'll find a sedan with the engine running. The driver will take you to Brant.
to have bothered you, miss.
There's no trouble.
What are you doing?
I have to check that safety equipment.
Well, next time you want to come in here, ask me.
Sorry, I didn't know I was supposed to do that.
That's it, fella. Right over there.
Put up your hands.
Say, what's the idea? What's the matter?
Why are you so interested in the deportation train?
Well, I just wanted to know if it was in yet, that's all.
How'd you know it was coming in here?
Why, the boys at the office told me. I'm a reporter.
Let me see your credentials.
Why, certainly,
Oh, no, you don't.
No.
No, you don't. Keep them hands up. Say, I don't like your face.
Well, yours don't give me any appetite either.
Long distance, please. Get me Consolidated News in San Francisco. Yeah, reverse the charges. This is Steve Reynolds.
Hey, Gus! Steve! Oh, boy. Steve, do me a favor, will you? Will you please tell this bird that I'm a reporter?
Sure he's a reporter. Same outfit as I am.
There you are.
All right, you got a kind of an honest-looking face, but it's my business to be suspicious.
Guys, how did you get here?
Well, how did you get here?
On the Exile Express.
Then you didn't miss the train.
Well, of course not.
Oh, Steve. Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy. Then I don't have to go. You know, I could kiss you, Steve.
Why don't you put your hands down?
Hmm?
Did somebody put in a call for San Francisco?
Yes, I did.
Huh?
Well, you're not supposed to use that phone.
I know it. Hello? But, boss, I tell you, there isn't any story on Hassan. Well, those mugs at the station weren't after him.
Then what were they after?
Well, I don't know for sure, but there's a girl on the train.
I knew there'd be a girl.
She certainly is beautiful. Hey, wait a minute. I'll call you back later. Hey, aren't you going the wrong way? The train's over there.
Won't you please stop following me?
I'm not following you.
Don't you see? Won't you please understand?
What's going on here?
I...
Is this fella annoying you?
Yes. Yes, he is.
Well, I'll take care of him.
Thank you, officer.
Now, wait a minute. Doesn't this young lady have to come along with us and sign a complaint?
Well, I guess,
It isn't worth the trouble, officer. Why, with you here, I don't think he'll bother me anymore.
Well, he'd better not. I'll take you to your car.
That really won't be necessary.
Oh, no trouble at all.
If you insist.
Now, listen, young fella. You got any ideas about following that girl, just get them out of your head, because I got my eye on you.
I'll remember that.
Hey! That's my car! Give me the State Highway Patrol. This is Deputy Constable Summers. Somebody stole my car. Yeah. What do you mean, what do they want with it? How do I know? Somebody stole my car, get it? Yes. Yeah, put it in a general alarm. Block the roads. Yeah. Where are you going?
I'm just going on to...
Hey, wait a minute. Didn't I see you in San Francisco?
Oh, yes. Glad to see you again. How have you been?
Where you been? I haven't seen you on the train.
Been up in the air in a plane.
Oh, getting smart. Where's your pass?
Now, please, don't start that again. I gave my pass to the conductor.
Well, you shouldn't have done that. Say, I got a good mind to put you off this train.
You have?
Yeah.
Well, officer, if that's your duty, you go ahead and do it. Go ahead. Put me off. Put me off.
Do you mean to say that this marriage will make me an American citizen?
No, not quite. But it will help. You see, after you become a wife of an American, we'll fly into Canada. And then you can re-enter country legally as a wife of an American citizen.
But what if I am caught before then?
Oh, the worst they can do is put you back on a train and deport you.
Is that all?
No, but that can't happen. You see, while you're in Canada, Mr. Brand will clear your name completely.
He's been such a good friend. Would I seem inquisitive if I asked whom I'm marrying?
Oh, not at all. He's just a fellow who needs $100.
Price seems to be reasonable.
Yes, isn't it? You know, it seems funny to pay a man for marrying you. Well, I wish I were an American citizen.
That's great. Bars on all the windows, door wide open. Get those reporters out of the car and check your prisoner. Right. Find the conductor and send him here at once.
I don't know where else to look. I'm trying to find him myself.
Haven't you seen him since we left Kentville?
No. And I'll bet that other fella hasn't either.
What other fella?
Now, one of them reporters. He claims he gave the conductor his pass when he got on at Kentville. I had a hunch he was lying.
Show me which one.
All right, Charlie, we'll have a game of poker after I have a shave. Yeah, oh. Hello. Warm, ain't it? Yes, sir, it certainly is.
Remember, I warned you.
Yeah, Were you speaking to me?
You may be the next one.
Me? Hey.
Aristocrat.
Oh. My coat. Oh, pardon me. Oh.
What happened?
Look, gentlemen, I wouldn't believe it if I hadn't seen it with my own eyes.
So you gave your pass to the conductor, eh? Sit down.
Now, don't look at me like that. I didn't do this.
I'm not so sure.
Now, look, you look like a fair-minded man. I'll tell you what happened. I needed a shave, and I got a tender skin, just like a baby's.
Get to the point.
Yeah, get to the point.
Well,
You see, he's guilty. He's talking himself right into the chair.
No, look.
Come on, what happened?
I'll tell you what, I needed a shave. I walked in here, and I got a skin like a...
Oh, my head.
Oh, look. Ain't you dead?
Come on, what happened?
Oh, somebody hit me on the head. Oh, where's my uniform?
The Nicholas girl is missing. Have the engineer stop this train at once.
Well, all you have to do is pull this.
Remember, I warned you.
Boom.
Are they, here yet?
Who?
The lady. The one I'm going to marry.
Oh, come right in.
I guess I'm sort of nervous.
Is this the young lady?
Yes. Is Mr. McGee here?
Yes, right here.
Oh, thank you.
You sure now this won't get out?
I told you have nothing to worry about. We are being well paid. Come on, let's look for her.
All right, but if my girl hears I'm getting married, she'll be sore.
Mm-hmm. All right, Miss Smith.
I'll rouse the judge. Oh, Henry.
Miss Nicholas, this is Marvin McGee.
How do you do?
Pleased to meet you.
Thank you, Mr. McGee.
You don't know each other?
Our parents were old friends.
Huh? Oh, yeah. It's a nice night for a wedding.
Yeah, a beautiful night. Well, now that we've met, can we go ahead and be married?
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
Let's get started. We're pressed for time.
Are you the best man?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Just step into the next room with the bride and sign the marriage contract.
Mr. McGee has already attended to his share of the irksome details.
Oh. Hello there.
Oh.
What's going on in here?
Oh, a wedding.
Oh, really? Who's getting married?
Me and, Miss... I think it's Nicholas.
You mean you and...
Yeah. You gonna be one of the witnesses?
Oh, no, I'm just covering this for the paper.
Oh, that's fine. You a reporter?
Yeah.
You gonna print that?
Why, sure. I think this is worth a couple of columns. I'll get a few photos of you and the bride.
Oh, no, look. You can't do that, please.
Mr. McGee.
Hey.
What did you say to him?
Well, I didn't say anything.
Well, you must have said something to make him run away like that.
Were you really going to marry him?
Why, certainly.
That's very funny.
It may seem funny to you, but it isn't to me. In another few minutes, I would have been married to an American citizen. That might have given me a chance. It might have kept me from being deported. Don't you see what you've done? Or is it still funny to you?
Now we're all ready, children. Why, you're not the right man.
Yes, I am.
And therefore is not by any to be entered into unadvisedly or lightly, but reverently, discreetly, and advisedly, into this holy estate, these two persons present come now to be joined. Take your right hand, please. Wilt thou have this woman to be thy wedded wife, to live together after God's ordinance in the holy estate of matrimony? Wilt thou love her, comfort her, honor, and keep her in sickness and in health, and forsaking all others, keep thee only unto her, so long as ye both shall live? I will. And you?
I will.
Happy the ring? By virtue of the authority vested in me by the laws of the state, I now pronounce you man and wife. Aren't you going to kiss her? If you don't, I will.
Miss Nicholas. We'll wait for you in the car.
Congratulations, young man.
Hey! But we didn't have to be so rude. At least we could have thanked him.
You can thank him when you get back from Canada. If we gave him a chance to follow us, the police would catch us before Mr. Brand can get you to a plane.
I don't think he'd do anything to hurt her. Not after what he did back there.
Oh, maybe not you. But it wouldn't do to get Mr. Brand involved.
But you said it all would be legal.
Yes, legal, but it's rather irregular. You don't know these reporters. They would commit a murder to get a story.
further is it?
About 2 miles. But we can't lead the police to it.
Get down!
Get off the main road. Brand's number is Kensington, 248. 248.
Let me go.
Quiet. You have all the police in the country over here.
Oh, that's what you want, isn't it?
Not until you've answered a couple of questions. After that, I don't care what happens.
Do you really mean that?
Oh, I care what happens to you, all right. But only for its value as news.
Is that why you married me?
No. For a moment, it seemed as if I were making a very noble sacrifice. During the ceremony, it almost seemed as if it was something I'd planned for a long time. Then I found myself standing on the curb, and I woke up.
Would you believe me if I told you that I didn't want to run away?
No. But I don't believe your reason for wanting a husband either.
What other reason could I have?
I don't know. But if you're going to use my name, I'm going to tag right along and see what you do with it.
All right. If you insist on following me, I might as well go back to the train.
That's good. Won't you trust me enough to let me see this thing through?
It isn't that I don't trust you. The man who is helping you won't. If he becomes involved, he faces deportation himself.
I wish you luck.
Steve! Steve!
Yes.
If I let you go with me part ways, will you turn back when I ask you to?
I hope it's a long way.
Say, listen, boss, I don't want you to get the wrong impression. Now, you know, really, Steve is the most loyal fellow in the world. He's the salt of the earth.
Well, out with it, you imbecile. Where is he?
Yeah, now, that's what I'm going to tell you. You see, there was a girl on the train.
There's always a girl on every train.
Well, she ain't on now, and Steve ain't either. He went with her. You know, it looks pretty good.
Fooling idiot. You're fired, too.
Hmm? What? Hey, boss. Boss. Yeah.
I'm sorry I'm such a bother.
Well, the first year is always the toughest. Well, there should be a telephone down there. You can hold out for another half mile?
I hope so.
Come in! Come Close that door. I can't stand the draft. Well, what do you want?
You got a phone?
Yeah.
Any secret where it is?
No, it's on that wall.
Do you mind if I use it?
Not at all. But it ain't working. Season opens November 5th. Then we have phone service, running water, everything.
Oh, it must be pretty cozy in November. Is there a phone near here?
Why, sure. Down the main road. Oh, about 5 miles.
5 miles.
Only take a few minutes in the wagon.
Well, why didn't you say you had a wagon? We'd be glad to repay you for your trouble.
Oh, it ain't my wagon, it's the milkman. Be here about 4 in the morning.
Well, it's 2 o'clock now. We'll probably make better time if we wait.
Of course you will. Look out for that chair.
Thank you.
I'll get you a room. There you are. Best thing you two can do right now is get some rest. This way, up them stairs.
I'm so hungry. Could we get something to eat?
Cook will be here in December.
Well, I'm afraid we can't wait.
I could boil an egg.
Hey, maybe you could boil 4 eggs.
Sure. Just takes a little more water. Here's your room. Nice room, too. Best room in the house. You ought to be very comfortable. See your own fault if you ain't. Here's a cozy bedroom, too. You ought to sleep very well. If you want anything, call me.
Never mind that. If you have anything, bring it.
I don't have to bring it. Here, take a whiff of that.
Marvelous. What is it?
It's pretty good. I drink it myself. I drink it myself.
Who's there?
Herman!
Herman?
My real name's Penny. But they call me Herman. Here, don't you want the radio? What's the difference? You're the only one here. No, I don't think I forgot a thing. There's salt, pepper, water, eggs.
Never mind the caviar or patty de foie gras.
What's that?
Oh, just have the egg.
Don't you want the bread?
Oh, yes, it's lovely.
It's good pumpernickel. I brought you alarm clock in case you oversleep. I ain't sitting up till 4 in the morning for nobody. I'll set it so if you want to leave at 4, you set it to 5, so it'll go off at 3:30.
Well, that takes a little explaining.
No, it just needs a new spring, that's all. A new spring. A new spring. It's the first time it ever did that.
Never mind. I'll fix it. Your permission? Well, I'll take over the chef's job. Well, what could be better than this? Nice little table for 2, quiet, secluded, and...
Why did you do that?
It's a great idea. To save the hotel some money, and as far as we're concerned,
As far as we're concerned,
a lighted room in a deserted hotel might look suspicious. Don't forget the police are still...
for a moment I've forgotten.
I'm sorry I mentioned it. Well, let's forget it. Dinner is served, madame. Smell.
I'm not hungry.
It's delicious wedding cake. Why don't you try some?
How long have we known each other?
Roughly, I should say about 24 hours. Why?
Oh, I was just thinking.
What?
When I was a little girl, I often wondered about my wedding, what it would be like. I thought I'd walk down a long church aisle in a white gown, with a lacy veil, oh, ever so long. I mean my real wedding.
The man? I suppose he was different, too.
I don't know. At first I thought of you as someone who lived by collecting the misfortunes of others, putting them into words and selling them without any regard for the unhappiness they caused.
And now?
I think you're very nice.
You're lucky. What's that old rhyme? It's the match to be.
And there's love. Then through love.
You will always love.
You seen any strangers around here tonight? A young fella and a gal came
Wait here.
in a little while ago. I'm telling you, their name ain't Nicholas. Well, we'll just take a look.
What's going on here?
What's your name?
Smith. Smith, that's right. John Smith.
They're looking for a couple of escaped foreigners.
Do I look like an escaped foreigner?
No. But this fella here said there's a woman up there.
A woman? You don't mean my wife. Wait till she hears that. Why, she's as American as a Coney Island jitterbug.
Why don't you go up and take a look? Yeah, I think we'll do that.
Yeah, if your time isn't valuable, why don't you have a look? Wait a minute, fellas. You know how women are. She probably wants to use a little powder or something. Better take a look first. Drunk again.
Boss, did we get anything from Steve Reynolds?
No, he must be drunk. He told me some silly story about a girl on the train. Then Gus called. He must be drunk, too.
But have you seen the other papers?
Well, I'll be, Say, maybe they weren't drunk. I'll cook up something.
Steve?
No, Herman!
Oh, just... All right, come in.
Time to get up. I brought you a paper and a cup of coffee. Your husband's making some pancakes.
Can he cook?
Huh? He says he can.
You've done a fine job. A superb job. First you marry her to a newspaper man. That wasn't enough. You let her get away.
Oh, we've been searching for her all night.
Keep on searching. I want her here. If you have to bring her here with a sack over her head.
Oh, we can't go around knocking on people's doors asking for her. We'll be picked up ourselves.
Police probably have her by now.
Oh, I don't think so. They've been still looking for her when we...
Hello. Nadine, where are you? Oh. Stay there. I'll send David for you. That newspaper reporter is still with her. Invite him, too.
Nadine! Come and get it. Nadine? Well, if you don't hurry up, they'll all be gone. Hanley.
Why, that...
Herman! Yes? What is it?
Where'd my wife go?
Out.
Did you say where she was going?
No, not a word. On second thoughts, she did ask me a question.
Well, what was it?
How to get to Kensington.
Kensington?
Yes, over there. Past them Dillons. Don't forget, I'll have some eggs when you come back November the 5th.
Nadine, darling.
Hello, Paul.
We've been so worried about you all night. What happened?
Well, I'm here now. That's all that matters.
Must have been a nightmare to you.
Well, let's say it was, and let it go at that.
Yes. Of course, my dear. Get some breakfast for Miss Nicholas. Or, should I say, Mrs. Reynolds.
How long will I have to keep that name, Paul?
You sound more anxious to become a widow than a citizen.
Oh? What do we do now?
We'll fly you to Canada. You'll stay there until your deportation order has been revoked. And while they're searching for a Miss Nicholas, a Mrs. Reynolds is visiting Canada.
You've been such a good friend. It means a lot to know that there is someone you can count on.
I like you, my dear.
When do we leave?
Leave? Oh, yes. Nadine, I hate to disturb you. You've been through so much already. But you're still in danger.
You mean the immigration authorities? But David said...
It's more serious than that. You were right about that man in the restaurant. He's an agent for a foreign government.
How do you know?
He works for me.
You?
I want you to go over these notations. Dr. Haidt left them in a rather damaged condition. And I'm going to ask you to supply the missing parts.
What if I refuse?
Dr. Haidt refused.
Must be a great consolation, Paul. You fooled me completely.
I tell you she isn't here.
Well, maybe she isn't, but I'm staying here until she arrives.
Mr. Brown. Dr. Bolton is here.
How did he find this place?
I don't know.
Did you tell him?
No, I didn't.
Should I get rid of him?
I don't want him to go.
He's not up to you. He's up to me. Please let me send him away. He'll suspect nothing.
Darling, I know what you think. I didn't write that.
What makes you so upset?
Why, that newspaper article, of course. I couldn't have written a thing like that. Everything I said I meant and more.
I've read a lot of stories printed about me. That was no worse than the others.
Then why did you run away?
I didn't run away. I told you I was coming here. Reynolds, Mr. Brand.
How do you do? I heard of your chivalrous gesture. It was exceedingly helpful.
Helpful. You know it was more than that, Nadine.
Now, you've done a very nice thing. Don't spoil it.
Please, Steve. He's right. Please go.
Well, not until we get this thing straightened out.
Straighten what out? Well, it's very simple. You either care for someone or you don't.
And you don't. Is that it? Have you got a gun?
Steve!
Why?
Because if you haven't, I'm going to take my wife by the scruff of the neck and drag her out of here because I don't believe a word she said. Well, I guess I was right.
You're a very clever young man.
No, not so clever. It's taken me all this time to realize why you got Nadine off that train.
You were safer dumb.
If you have any intention of using me, I think I ought to tip you fellas off. There are some friends of mine outside, federal men. Come on in, boys. I was only joking about the federal men, but I didn't need this gun. Let's get this straightened out, Nadine. Whom do you love, him or me?
What do you expect me to say with that gun in your hand?
Now, what do you say?
Look out, Steve!
Get away from there! Purnell. Well, for once in my life, I can truthfully say I'm glad to see you.
Never mind that. Where's that girl?
Mr. Purnell, that man there, he's...
Brant? I know all about him. Come on, Brant. You too. All right, Miss Nicholas.
Now, wait a minute, Chief. This girl's as innocent as I am.
Who said anything about you being innocent?
Well, wait till I tell you my story.
I'm tired of hearing your stories. From now on, you're going to tell them to a judge.
Are you Nadine Reynolds?
Yes?
Raise your right hand. Speak after me. I hereby declare
I hereby declare
on oath
on oath
that I will support
and defend the Constitution of the United States of America against all enemies, foreign and domestic, and bear true faith and allegiance to the United States, and that I take this obligation freely, without mental reservation for purpose of evasion. So help me God.